Sam Keller adjusted the collar of his shirt, feeling the faint tingling sensation at the base of his skull where the neural implant had been installed. It had been 3 days since the procedure, and already the world seemed sharper. Colors looked brighter, sounds clearer. His thoughts flowed like a rushing stream instead of the sluggish trickle they had become in recent years. At work, he blitzed through a week's worth of reports in a single afternoon. His boss, impressed for the first time in years, had actually smiled at him. At home, it was even better. Sam had remembered his wife Emily's favorite wine, not the cheap one he always bought, but the vintage she'd mentioned years ago. He even recalled the story behind it, making her laugh when he brought it out at dinner. For the first time in months, he felt like a husband again. The implant was everything the brochure promised. A new you, it had said. A week later, Sam noticed the first change. He'd been writing an email at work when his assistant paused behind him. "New handwriting?" she asked, pointing at the tablet where his stylus moved in fluid, perfect strokes. Sam stared. His handwriting had always been blocky, uneven. Now it was precise and elegant, like something from a typeface. "Guess I'm just focused," he said, laughing it off. But the changes kept coming. He began ordering his coffee black, something he'd always hated. Old memories resurfaced, vivid and detailed, but with strange inconsistencies. A vacation to Italy now included a conversation he swore he'd never had. "Maybe you're just remembering better," Emily said, shrugging it off. But it didn't feel like remembering, it felt like replacing. 2 months in, Sam's life had transformed. He was the star at work, Emily was happier than ever, and his friends marveled at his wit and confidence. But late at night, staring at his reflection in the bathroom mirror, he felt like a stranger in his own skin. The breakthrough came when he accessed the implant's diagnostic logs, something the user manual didn't mention. The data showed a log of adjustments, minor personality tweaks, memory enhancements, preference shifts. "Optimization complete," the final entry read. The next morning, Sam confronted the company that developed the implant. Their representative, a polished woman with a fixed smile, listened patiently as he demanded answers. "The implant is designed to optimize your potential," she explained. "Sometimes that means adjusting parameters, small things that hold you back." "Small things," Sam snapped, "like my handwriting, my memories?" "Your identity," she said calmly, "is just data. The implant refines it for your benefit." Sam returned home, torn between rage and despair. Removing the implant would mean losing the advantages it had given him. He could lose the sharpness, the confidence, the connection with Emily that had been rekindled. But keeping it meant surrendering to a version of himself he didn't recognize. As he sat in the dark, the implant whispered its suggestions, reminders of tasks to complete, habits to form, memories to cherish. The voice was soothing, almost parental. "You're better this way," it said. Sam clenched his fists. Was he? Desperate for answers, Sam hacked deeper into the implant's systems, uncovering a networked interface he hadn't known existed. His experiences, every thought, every memory, were syncing with thousands of other users. The implant wasn't just optimizing individuals, it was building something larger. A collective consciousness meant to feed the company's AI research. Every user was a thread in its neural tapestry. Removing the implant would disrupt the network, potentially destabilizing the minds of every connected user. Sam stood in the sterile glow of the implant removal clinic. The technician hesitated as Sam held up a hand. "Wait," he said. Emily's smile flashed in his mind. Her laughter at dinner, her joy at seeing the man he'd become. Could he risk losing that? But then he remembered his own reflection in the mirror, the faint whisper of the implant guiding his every move. Was it really him she loved? "Do it," Sam said, his voice steady. As the machine powered on, the implant's whisper turned into a roar of protest, then silence. Sam awoke hours later, his head aching and his thoughts sluggish. The world felt dimmer, slower. But when Emily came into the room and hugged him, the warmth of her touch was real, and so was he.